I don't know what the proper term is. I'm from the Ozarks. Greetings, Earthlings and Fragcommies. My name is Luke. I am po and proud of it. I take that back. I mean, I'd rather be rich and proud of it, but since I am po, I'm just gonna claim it. Be who you are, people, and own it. Authenticity and other buzzwords. Today it's time for another tag video, so put on your party pants, get them all ironed out. Don't have any wrinkles in your party pants, people. The tag video is to pick 3 fragrance notes and pick your 3 favorite fragrances that feature that note. The first note I'd like to talk to you about, probably not going to come as a surprise if you've been watching my videos. And if you've stumbled upon this YouTube channel, this is really hard to explain. So, just either keep watching, and if you like it, thumbs up and subscribe. If you don't like it, good luck with your journey on the black hole of YouTube. Now, back to the notes. It's the note of leather. Probably my favorite note of all fragrance notes. I really love the variety of leather notes, whether you're going more of the supple, suede, smooth, polished leather, or you're going on the other end of that spectrum with the more dirty, dank, animalic leather. These 2 leathers, though, aren't for everyone, and really, they're for more of the leather lovers out there. I feel like if you're kind of on the fence about leather, if it's kind of hit and miss for you, you're probably not gonna like these 2. The first runner-up for a leather fragrance is Gucci Guilty Absolute. Probably my favorite designer of all time. If that is any indication, this was a really tough decision here, folks. This is woody, dry, a lot of leather. It's not going to be a smooth or polished, dressed up leather. It is more of that raw kind of animalic leather. It does have a touch of oud that is a bit medicinal, tad sharp. I personally like that. A lot of people kind of compare it to a Band-Aid type of note. I can see where they're coming from, but personally, I like how it kind of stands out with the rest of the notes. Tom Ford Tuscan leather. Came across this one, and now I've taken out a 3rd mortgage on the house, and I've sold away 2 of my kids to keep my fragrance collection going, and I have never looked back. And I have all of that to thanks to Tom Ford. Raspberry leather. This one is unique in my mind because in the beginning I get more of a supple, suede, smooth leather note. But on the dry down, you've got the woods, you got the spices, the raspberry note fades, and that more darker leather comes to the surface. This is my favorite leather fragrance. The next note I really appreciate in fragrances is the note of iris. And this, again, is not for everyone. A lot of guys out there think that iris-based fragrances can lean a touch feminine for their taste, and that's cool. For me, I really like that smooth, lipsticky vibe. I'm a fan of it. It's your Homme Eau for Men. Another discontinued fragrance. This one is probably the classiest and most refined fragrance, maybe next to like Tom Ford Beau de Jour in my collection. This one really makes you feel like $1,000,000. If you don't believe me, Andrea at Curley Sense, she said this is straight up what you should wear on your wedding day if you're a groom. And I didn't see that video until after I was married, so I told my wife, we gotta do this again. I wasn't wearing this one. She rolled her eyes, and she hasn't come back yet, guys. So I really would appreciate some prayers. The last note we'll be talking about today is the note of tobacco, and this is also a note that can be very different and varying across the spectrum. You can have a moist pipe tobacco, or you can have more like a tobacco leaf, and everything in between. I will give you the runners-up in no particular order. This is Burberry London for him. As I've said in other videos, this was the fragrance I wore on the first date with my wife. This is spices. It is nutmeg, cinnamon, a port wine accord that's really lovely, some woods, and tobacco. This is a bit on the more mature end of the spectrum. There's a little bit of sweetness in it, but it's not going to be a very sweet fragrance. I feel like maybe 25 and up This would probably suit you. Definitely an older man, much older, maybe like 150. You know, it would be difficult to pull this one off just because I feel like you're about to kill over at any time. And so really fragrances, you know, man, you really should be doing something else with your time because you don't have a whole lot left. The next runner-up, this one kind of pains me to say, Mugler Pure Havane. It's one of my favorite fragrances of all time. I wear this one a lot. And it gets me a lot of compliments. And I don't really wear fragrances for compliments. Shout out to Nigel, because that guy does. But, you know, it is affirming when you wear a fragrance that you really love, and someone's like, oh, that smells nice. And you're like, I know. I like it too. The number one tobacco fragrance, and I might catch some heat because I'm kind of going back to the same house. But I am kind of a fanboy. Tom Ford Tobacco Vanille. It is what it says, tobacco and vanilla. This one, though, is such a rich, almost kind of creamy and peppery tobacco at the same time. I wore this for the first time on my birthday last summer at a concert at Red Rocks, and so it always brings back that fun memory. I think I went entirely too heavy the night I wore this. We're talking like 12 sprays too heavy. I'm still here, you know, I didn't take off like a rocket or anything. But, you know, there was a lot of marijuana being smoked, you know, so, you know, maybe symbolically I was lifted like a rocket. Thank you again to Olliesmom for the tag. Guys, check out her channel. She's really funny with her descriptions. She's got some really good fragrances to check out. I would like to tag, to be honest, just like whoever wants to do this. You're it. If you don't want to do it, you know, I respect that. If you do want to do it, and do it hard. Okay, guys? Do it hard, do it fast. This is getting weird, so I'm going to sign out. I'm out, Fragcommies. That's all I'm giving you today. You'll probably see me Friday, or if you're watching this in the future sometime, you'll see me with the next video. And if you choose never to see me again, I wish you the best, okay?